What's up, YouTube? Erod212 here with another haul video. This is my C2E2 haul video. And I gotta tell you, if you can get out and go do other cons in another state besides the ones you do at your local, get out there and do it. It was a blast. I went and I flew out with my son. We got to Chicago on Thursday night, and just show you the hospitality. Right away, Chad RCG hit me up and invited us to come down. He was hanging out at the Heroes Initiative, had an after dark type of party with, it was cocktails and coasters. It was something to that effect where you pay $25 and they had random artists drawing sketches on drink coasters. It was pretty cool, man. I got to hang out with Chad, get to know him, talk to him for a while. The owner of the Spidey booth was there with his fiance. We were hanging out with him and a couple other guys. We just had a blast. And they had artists like Larry Hama. Trying to think of Mike Perkins was there. Tom Rainey was there. Tom Rainey did an amazing Spider-Man piece on a coaster for my son. So it was artists like that just filtering through it. It was a lot of fun. Get to the con on Friday, and it was great. To compare it, because it is run by Repop, it wasn't as crowded as it gets in New York on a Thursday. New York gets insane. This Friday, it was manageable. I was able to get all the exclusives I wanted. They had some killer exclusives here. Very, very happy with the exclusives that they were running there. They did a nice job. Got to meet Gills 311. My man Gills is just a super cool dude. He was working out of a booth there, and I got some great deals from that booth, but got to chat with him, talk with him about pressing and just everything. We've been dealing with each other for a few years now on Instagram, and he's just a solid dude, man. I appreciate the hospitality, Chad, Gills, and then I'll show you the books now. But they just ran into a bunch of YouTubers. Man from Beantown, ran into him, had a couple good conversations. You have to see the killer book that he just bought. Amazing. Was it Comic Lovers NYC? I believe he was there. Comic Head 84 ran into me on Saturday. We started talking. Some other people that actually watch my YouTube videos that don't post and everything like that. Gentleman was talking to me for a while, showing me we had the same collecting styles. He recognized me on the line when I was waiting at the Marvel booth, and he showed me his X-Men 1. He has a 5.0. He showed me pictures of it. It was just great. That's the best part about the whole community. It was just a lot of fun. CGC was pretty smooth there. I submitted 3 books for drop off for Jim Lee, and I was in and out of that process within 2 hours, which was pretty big, and that was including getting Chris Claremont to sign one of the books also. I regret not doing the on-site grading because there was some gift grades given there that I saw. Also, there was no guarantee that you get your books back till Sunday. I was only there for the 2 days leaving the Sunday, but most of the people were getting their books back on Saturday, so maybe next time. But let's start off with some of these books. Nice books that I picked up there. This is the foil variant for Deceased Unkillables. It's still in the plastic bag. I'll take this out and put it in my Mylar. But this was really nice. I was able to get 2 copies of that. Then I believe this was at Comics Elite had this one here, and this is the Virgin for Unkillables. Just a great Harley cover. So my man Marky 316 wanted one of these, so I was able to hook him up with one. What else did we get there? Book that kind of went under the radar, and a lot of people slept on it. I was glad I didn't. They had a small booth there. It was called Comic Books for Kids, and they were doing a promotion there. They were selling a book there that they only had 75 copies at the event. Turns out they gave 25. They put 25 copies on eBay, and then 400 copies went to the armed forces. So, you know what happens when these books get shipped out. A lot of these books are not going to see the light of day, either left behind, destroyed. So 500. It really isn't 500. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 102, but it has some Kevin Eastman art that was never utilized. So that's it right there. I thought that was a great score, and I picked up 5 copies, so I was happy with that. Another book that was just, the line was crazy and just selling out instantly. Scorpion Comics had the Venom the End, just a great cover. This was the Virgin and limited to 600 copies, and I was able to pick up a couple copies, take care of a YouTuber, and raffle one off. One's for myself. Just a great book. They were only 2 per, so thank God my son was with me, and I was able to get and fill those requests for a couple of people and still get one for myself. At the Marvel booth, they had this great Mary Jane cover right there. I don't even know the title of the book. I'd be lying to you. But these are glow-in-the-darks. Limited to 3,000 copies. So I took 2 of those. They had the Fantastic Four versus X-Men glow-in-the-darks also. Took 2 of those. And then the book that everybody was going crazy over was the Wolverine number 1. John Tyler Christopher. Incandescent one. I mean, this book is just fantastic. You know, he did the Rogue one before this. I think there was another one done also. But to see that like that, just banging. I had a couple of copies. Took care of a couple of friends. Sold a few. But it was well worth it. And now, before I even show you the big boy books, or the bigger books, let me show you this. So, got a couple of sketches done there also. I've been working on this jam right here for a while. And I got Ben Harvey, who's done some work for me before. Look him up on Instagram because he's a great artist. Does some fabulous work. He did this crazy Craven for me in the back. So shout out to Ben Harvey. I appreciate that. What else we did there? Oh yeah, we got this too. So this is another one that I was working on. And I had gotten Tom Rainey to do Sabretooth recently at Garden State. And I was able to get Bob McLeod to do a Juggernaut. And it just came out phenomenal. Love it, love it. So, probably going to put Mr. Sinister here. And don't know if I'm going to go Magneto or somebody else. Might switch it up. And then the last piece, I'm going to butcher his name. But he's on Instagram and I've seen his work. He does like Zenscope covers and everything. It's Elias Chadzus or something along that line. But got there early and I was able to get on his commission list. And this is what I got done. And it's just gorgeous. And for what I consider an affordable price for an artist like this. Just, I mean, that's spectacular. Love it. Alright, so we're not going to talk prices on the books except for this one because this was the deal of the day, if I would say so. It's not a perfect copy, but it is a very nice copy of X-Men number 129. And I found this in a booth for $25. I'll take that every day. What else we got here? Got these at Gill's booth. Very nice. Door 337. Fair price. And X-Men 266. Another vendor I always deal with, This guy called Kevin. I'm forgetting the name of his booth, but I'll usually buy a book from him because he always gives me great deals. Real good deals. So I picked up a really nice, probably 6.0-ish, maybe a little higher, copy of Silver Surfer #3, first from Mephisto. And then Saturday morning, walking around, they kind of had all the dealers set up so that starting in like the 1100s to 18 or whatever the numbers went, the comic dealers were that way. The other stuff was more t-shirts and, you know, pop culture stuff. But there were a couple of vendors mixed in through there. So Saturday morning, I found that X-Men 129. Found another small booth. I like to hit those small booths, you know, guys who don't have gigantic booths and aren't major buyers, you know, players in the comic industry. And I got a really, really good deal. I got him to come down almost half of the price after it was all said and done. He was looking to move some books. It looked like there was 2 guys sharing a booth, and I picked up this. It's Fantastic Four #13. This is First Watcher, and I believe it's the first Red Ghost. It's got 2 little spine splits, probably like a 3.0-ish copy, 3.5 on a good day. But for the PC, definitely worth the investment, worth the price I paid for it. And so this is another book. I'll spec on this book. I should have bought the other copy, but at my man Gil's booth again, they had 2 copies of this, so I picked up a very nice 3.0-ish, maybe a 4.0 after a press. Hoping for a nice pressing and clean this up a little bit. But first appearance of the Puppet Master, FF #8. I think this is my lowest. I think it's my first single-digit FF. So super stoked to get that. And then Saturday again, another smaller booth, and again that's kind of my theme with these. Even if I'm going to big cons, I look for the smaller booths. Sometimes you could bargain if you get into a conversation. And I got this below GPA X-Men #4, probably like a 3.0-ish maybe. Has a couple little chips throughout. So, but it's my first one. Book I needed for a long time. I just procrastinated on it. It got super pricey. Happy to have it now. Cover's a little brittle, you know, it's tanned on the inside, but the colors still present pretty well, you know. It looks good. I like it. And then the last book, and credit to my son because he's the guy to convince me. I've been looking for this book for about a year. And finally pulled the trigger on it. I think I paid about $50 over GPA, but I'm fine with that because I can't find this book in decent condition anywhere. Books from 1964, I believe it is. It's just been a tough book to find. I actually saw 2 at the con. One had a detached cover, the other had major spine splits to it. And then the third one was severely overpriced for GPA. Like $250 to $300 over what I thought the grade was on this book. The person was grading it a lot higher. But that's part of the business with the con, you know? You don't have to buy it. You could just say thank you and keep it moving. And that's what I did, you know? But I did come across this, thought about it, and my son was like, you gotta jump on it. When are you gonna grab it again? Before it blows up, so I did. And this is my big purchase for myself there. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1. First appearance of the Sinister Six. Man, I'm so happy to have this. So happy to have this in my collection. You don't know. Major nice book for me to have in the collection. I'm super happy to get that. So like I said, I mean, all in all, this con was just, it was a blast. Usually I get, and I can compare it to New York because I go to New York every year. you're not getting decent prices on books. A lot of guys are way overpriced. There was one or two vendors that I know from New York that were doing what they would do in New York. They were way overpriced. But then, like the guy Kevin I was talking to you about, had some great deals. He always does. He's a fair guy. He just gives you good prices. He doesn't rip anybody off. He travels all along the East Coast. And then Gil's booth was just great. A couple of these small booths, I just found some gems. So it was an awesome con. Had a great experience. Shout out to all the YouTubers that came up and said hello. All the YouTubers that I got to finally meet. Great meeting all you guys. Check out the New York Warriors. I know they got an auction tomorrow. Congratulations to Thorough on his auction. He had over 250 viewers on his auction the other day. That's just amazing. Also, last but not least, I have, I don't know if I have it here. I do. If anybody's interested, I'm currently raffling this book off. This is a big boy book, man. This book is, the last two sales were over $700 on this in a 9.2. Over $2,000 in a 9.8. You could possibly win it for a small fee of $10, or I do minis. You can get it for even less than that, and that's happened. But take a look at it on IG if you're interested. Take a couple of spots. You never know what you could win. You know, got a couple of CGC submissions that are coming in, so they should be fun. I'm actually going to keep a box completely closed. I didn't look at the grades. Just want to share that with you guys. And if you need any books pressed or anything, hit me up on my IG. Hit me up on my Yahoo email, and I'll put a link at the end. Post it at the end. That way you guys can get in touch with me. But until my next video,